Hello everyone, on this video we'll be looking to the systemctl command and how we can use it to its full capacity to help us troubleshoot system services and other aspects of a computers like a high CPU, potentially GPU usage, and how to identify the services that are part of it and how to fix them. The systemctl command is going to give you an overview of all the services that you have installed on your machine. These can be services that are active, they are not running, they have failed to run, they are mounted, they have exited, all different types of state. Okay, but this type of command by itself is not the best version to run systemctl. So one of my favorite is to type systemctl list-unitfiles. So on this method, you're going to get a better print version of all the different services that you have enabled and disabled on your machine. Also get the color here. Those that are static, and some services are just alias other services. Okay, you can also use this together with grep, of course. In this case, I'm going to use grep SSH, and it's going to show me the services that are running, some that are disabled. Okay, clear my screen. Another thing that you can do, if you type systemctl list-unitfiles, what I'm going to type --type equals and help. So here is a filter built in inside the systemctl, which I can use to filter out just a specific type of service. Okay, over here, let's look for just a service type. So if I type --type service, press enter. So this output here is just of the services. Okay. Another thing I can do together with the type services, or just by itself, if you put type state, and we're going to type equals help again, just to see what can we type for the state. And there's a bit more different variations, but I'm going to type here state equals enable. So I'm only going to print out the enable services. Okay, so you can output this into a file and for later examine and check in, but this is a good way to verify which services you have enabled or disabled on your Linux machine. So the most common use case of systemctl is to check the status of a service. So on this example, let's check the status of SSH. Run systemctl status SSH. I'm going to get this printout, and over here, the overview of the state of the service. So I have this green circle here telling me that it's on, it's running, and also the name of the service, ssh.service, a bit of the description of the service. Also here, I have the services loaded, the location of where it's loaded from. This means the enable is that it was set to be a default location, so it will start up automatically. The preset is disabled, so the systemctl does not have a preset for this service, even though our SSH service has a preset of itself. This preset is related to the systemctl. The active state is running since Saturday, 53 minutes ago. Here's some documentations for it. Process, location, and this is the main PID. Okay, and you can do this main PID is that if you do yes, so you could kill the service like this if you like. Another thing that I like to do, that if you notice here, warning, some journal files were not open to do insufficient permissions. That is because I do not have a sudo on this account I'm logged in at the moment. But if I run sudo systemctl status SSH, you're going to see again now an overview of the log files for the SSH. Okay. Another thing that you can do, that you can type sudo systemctl status, the name of the service you're after, type --full. With the --full, you're going to get a full printout of the information, right? And just so you know, all this printout is coming from a journal ctl. So if you type journal ctl, that's pretty much the log system of the processes. So here you have all the services and processes that have created log files. But if you're just after one service in specific, like in our case, the SSH, you can type journal with sudo. So sudo journal ctl. I'm going to put -u. I'm going to put the name of the service, SSH. But here is just the journal log files for the SSH. Okay. Normally, if I'm troubleshooting something, what I would do is that I would output that into a file. You can just put the over here forward, just put SSH logs, the log, right? So now I have this file saved here, and read it, do any things with it, can grab it, fail, for example. Okay, and I can troubleshoot this way some of your processes. So this is some of the methods that you can use, Systemctl, and also with journalctl, help you troubleshoot, build the logs for your services. As you know, Systemctl can also be used to start and stop services. In this case, let's check the status of MySQL. So at the moment it's disabled and it's not running. Let's start this MySQL service. Systemctl start MySQL. Just gonna ask for my password. Gonna type it in. Gonna give it a second. If I clear the screen and type again, Systemctl status MySQL. Now it's gonna be running. Okay. It's not showing me any logs at the moment, but if I run that with sudo, I might see some logs underneath. And here the logs files part of the journalctl I was mentioning previously. Okay. So if you want to stop a service, just clear my screen. Do the same thing. Systemctl stop MySQL. Ask for the password again. And now the service has been stopped. Check status MySQL. And that's being stopped. Now, one thing that you can do is called a masking a service. And what a masking does is that it's pretty much a level above disable. So you're gonna prevent any user from enabling the service. So let's do that with the MySQL. So if we run systemctl mask MySQL, in this case, what I'm doing is that I'm setting up a mask on this service that if I now try to enable it, it's not gonna be possible, okay? So I'm just clear my screen. Let's try to enable now MySQL. So systemctl start MySQL. Ask for the password, let's type that in. And as you can see here, now mentions that the MySQL service is masked. So one reason you want to do that is that if you have a service in production and you do not want other users to come in and maybe turn on certain service on that machine, okay? So you can mask a service to hide it. In this case, the service is not going to show up on when you run the systemctl list units, and also it's going to be harder for anyone to try to enable the service by accident. If you want to remove the mask, all you have to do is type systemctl unmask and type the name of the service. MySQL, let's now unmask the service. And now the service is unmasked. And if I would like to start it, I can type systemctl start MySQL. And just to confirm that, let's clear the screen. Now status MySQL. As you can see now, the service has been enabled again. If you're enjoying the video, guys, don't forget to click the like button. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and to follow the channel for more tips like this. Another very useful command with the Systemctl library is Systemctl list-dependencies. And then you can put the name of the service over here. In this case, let's type SSH. And we're going to get an overview of all the dependency services that needs to be running for that service to be active, okay? And this command is very useful if you're troubleshooting two different machines that are running the same service. And one machine, you have the service that is working, and another one, service is not working. So you could use this file here to compare the services that are green, for example, the one that are active, see if they are also active on the machine that's not working. And if in case it's not working, then you likely found the issue on your machine, okay? And you can also run this command with the Systemctl list dependencies, the name of the service. So let's just change that to MySQL now. And you can type -- plain. What it does is that it gives you a more or list overview without the tree, like we had on the previous example. And this will make it better for you if you want to output that to a file. So MySQL service.txt. And now that'll be easy for me to just grab the file. Now I can use the grab commands over here, and it'll be easy for you to compare with the services. I also use the systemctl command, check to see if the service is active. So if I type in is active, the name of the service, I'm gonna get a response. Okay, type MySQL, for example, active. In this case, let's just stop the MySQL service. Stop MySQL. And if I check again, it's gonna say it's inactive. So this can be useful if you're writing scripts or any bash files that you can check to see if the service is disabled and then try to enable automatically, or you can then use that to send an email yourself or to alert that a certain service has been stopped on a server. You can also use the systemctl command, check small settings of a service. So in this case, let's check the settings of the SSH. I type systemctl cat SSH. I'm going to get a brief settings information. This is not the main SSH config file as you might have been used to, but this will give you like an overview of the service itself. Okay, as you can see, there's a description over here on the top, the location, also the information of what services needs to be running before. So this service here needs to be running before the SSH service is active. Okay, and give you an overview of information of what makes this service. You can also use the command systemctl show and the name of the service. So this is going to give you more of a low level information of the service. It's going to give information such as the timeout and more of like the underlying information of what makes the service. Just to touch briefly, we also have different types of services that we can run. So if we run systemctl list and timers, and in this case, I'm going to get all the scheduled tasks that are currently on control of the service. Okay, I'm going to see the ones that are active and how long it'll be until it's next run again. The left is how much time it is before it's run again. This task is going to run in 28 minutes. It's going to be a PHP session clean time and some other services over here. Okay, these are scheduled tasks. And also run systemctl list sockets. So over here is going to be the network listening sockets that are also used together with the services to communicate. The systemctl list-automounts, and as the name says, these are the automount files. Okay, same thing goes for systemctl. I'm going to now list the machines. So over here, it's going to be certain virtual machines or containers that are run and managed by the systemd file. Okay, and it's good to know if you have probably like some Kubernetes running or other like virtual services. And the final one is that if you run systemctl list jobs. So these are jobs that might have been running in the background or other jobs that are part of a service that are running on schedule, and you can check them using this command. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy watching how to use the systemctl command to troubleshoot services, and now you have a better understanding of how we can use it to troubleshoot CPU spikes or services that are not running properly, and just general housekeeping on your servers. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, it really helps the channel, and I'll see you next time.